Hey everyone, today's update is going to be a bit different than usual, but in today's Gateway Game Project update, we're going to be talking about the things that we have been doing this month and a preview of what's coming next month. So here we go, let's talk about everything happening from June 1st until June 30th, so let's get started. First off, the biggest thing that we have been working on is the SpaceX Starbase production/build site. This is where SpaceX's Starship booster and ship hardware and vehicles get built, hence the name build site. The model is still a work in progress, but it's mostly done at this point. Let's see what models we have made for the build site. I started by modeling the Mega Bay back in May. Now I'm not going to go in depth on how I graded this model, also because I covered the technique used to model this specific part in our last development update video, so if you want to watch that, I'll put a link in the video's description. But basically I used a method called perspective modeling, which basically you're modeling your object in the perspective of the reference image that you are using. This, especially if you're going to do complex models, allows you to get much more realistic results. The model will be used for the assembly of Starship vehicles in the game, just like, for example, the VAB in Kerbal Space Program. Lewis modeled the concrete base and the roads underneath all the buildings, which were made using aerial photos as references. Now let's see what we have been doing this month. Lewis started working on the Stargate building. We decided that this building will not only be the mission control building, like in real life, but also will be the tracking station. The reason why is because we are trying to keep things up to date, and since SpaceX removed its tracking station dishes a while ago, this is the only building that would make sense doing this. Also, Lewis started working on a while ago on the Earth planet that we are going to be using for both the tracking station and in flight mode. Still missing things like the clouds and stuff like that. We may in the future add some auroras and some other weather effects as well, which will look really cool. Okay, I might just ask Lewis about that, that will look really cool. After that, Lewis started modeling some other parts, like the storage tent and the ground fabrication building. During the editing of this video, I forgot to mention that Lewis also worked on the parking garage model for the build site. Lewis also worked on the Starfactory model. Currently the model includes the roof AC units and some details in the main door where Starship parts will roll out of production. We will talk more about the interior at the end of this video. After that, I made a small update to my Mega Bay model. This small change includes some details in the inside, but that's really it. Also, Lewis has been putting more detail on the Super Heavy booster model. He worked on the engine shielding for the Raptor engines on Super Heavy, along with the outer engine skirt section. And now finally we have started to import some of the build site models into Unreal Engine. Lewis tested things like frame rate and model performance. Also in this screenshot you can see that Lewis started working on the UI for the build site. This is still in the very early stages of development and work, but it's nice to see some progress with that. And now let's talk about next month. Lewis is continuing to make progress on the booster, including texturing and final tweaks to the model. Also, this includes both the flight and the build version of these models. Wait, what did I mean by flight and build version? Well, let me explain. We're using two types of models, one for build and one for flight. The build version has a lot of detail and has more polygons, let's just say for the sake of simplifying things resolution, than the flight version. Because when the user is building the vehicle, some parts like the domes, the pipes, and internal stringers, etc. are exposed and visible. In contrast, the flight version has all of the detail that's not visible on the outside deleted to save up on performance, which at the end of the day is just smoother gameplay. And by the way, if you want to learn more about how we optimize our models, check out last month's update for more info. And finally, Lewis will be working on the interior for the Starfactory, so you will be able to walk around the factory just like in real life. That's it for today's month's update. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, if you want to keep up to date with Gateway's development, consider following the Gateway Game Project on Twitter/X. Also make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel so you'll never miss the latest development update videos on the Gateway Game Project. Also, if you want to see more from me and from our other team members, there will be links in the video description for our channels and our social media accounts. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed today's update, and I'll see you all in the next development update. Have a nice day.